There are many people in the world who are extremely concerned about world peace. The fact that we are facing so many conflicts, so many devastating situations in the Middle East, in Iraq, in Africa, in Latin America. The question we have to address ourselves is, how can we go back to peace and stop these conflicts? And I think it's fundamentally important to understand that world peace is the responsibility of each individual as well as we, humanity as a collective. So peace is an individual and a collective responsibility. Peace only for myself is not going to do it. We need to think about peace for everyone in this planet. So the question is, what is peace? How do we attain peace? Maybe there are many definitions about peace, but I think most of us would agree that peace is a state of being. Peace is not something material. Peace is not something that you buy in the supermarket. Peace is not related really to many of our material instruments and our material realities. In the past, there have been three approaches to peace, or three dimensions or instruments to attain peace. The first one is military. Many areas of the world we have tried to bring the military instrument to arm people. This is mostly based on the theory of balance of power, which means that you tend to equate, weapons across those who are in conflict. But we know very well that the military solution is not getting us anywhere. The second instrument of peace or approach to peace has been economic progress. The idea is that if people actually have an economy that is prospering, that people will not really engage too much in conflict. Actually, this also has not worked. There is no correlation really between your economic welfare, your material welfare, and peace. Because if there were, we will not find developed countries, rich countries involved in conflict. So more material welfare, more material satisfaction does not necessarily lead to peace. In addition, if we support this type of hypothesis, we will be saying that the poor will be always engaged in conflict because the material welfare of the poor is very low, and therefore by its very nature they will be engaged in conflict. So this is not true. Most poor people are not engaged into conflicts. The third and last instrument that we have used to attain peace in the world is political solutions. Yes, it's very important. It's important to dialogue. It's important to have people around the table to address ways and means to attain peace. However, if those who are around the table have never self-realized peace, never had the experience of peace, it's very difficult to expect that those who are negotiating for peace will ever attain peace. And this is why most of the negotiations, most of the peace processes are short-lived. And the maximum they can attain is essentially no conflict. But no conflict is not necessarily peace. So there is a big issue here about military, economic, and political solutions. We are really finding out, and I'm sure everyone else is finding out the same, that world peace is essentially an inner state of reality. It's an inner state in ourselves. If there is no inner peace, it's not possible that we attain collective peace. It's not possible that if we are really looking for external solutions, that collective peace will be a reality. Therefore, it is fundamental to establish a relationship between collective peace and inner peace. But how can we have inner peace if we have anger in ourselves? How come we will attain inner peace if we really don't have the proper means, the proper life? We don't feel happy. We are actually disconnected with that dream we would like to actually realize. So we need another extra step to get to inner peace and collective peace, which is self-healing. It's healing ourselves, creating the space for peace to enter. Otherwise, peace will not enter in ourselves. So we have collective peace, inner peace, and self-healing. These three elements, these three interconnected state of reality need to be well understood. Collective peace, inner peace, and self-healing. So the fundamental question for collective peace is not really inner peace in itself, but how do we attain highly efficient, highly effective processes of self-healing, individually as well as collectively. And in this, we are proposing to the world two fundamental instruments for self-healing. One is silence, the power of silence, the power of entering into ourselves, vibrating with our divine vibration, having the ability to really be in sync with that who we really are. And this particular instrument of silence is now being practiced all over the world through meditation, through contemplation, through prayer, or simply just being a little bit quiet around in your lifetime. The Sambolin Institute for Human Transformation is promoting silence meditation for world peace, and we have done it in many countries of the world. In some countries, hundreds of people; in other countries, thousands of people have come to be in silence and learn about the power of silence. So through the power of silence, we transcend into states where we heal ourselves, and by healing ourselves we have inner peace, and inner peace, collective peace. But now the Sambolin Institute for Human Transformation is proposing another program that is equally universal and is a result of a specific experiences. It's not just a theoretical proposition, which says the following: you will heal yourself if you actually make the effort and use the instrument for healing for yourself. But there is a more powerful way to heal yourself, which is heal Mother Nature, which is to heal Pachamama, which is to heal this planet. And through the healing of this planet, we will heal ourselves. Nature will heal ourselves in response, and through healing ourselves again, we will have inner peace and then collective peace. So how do we do something to heal the planet? I know in your gardens you are planting flowers. In your farms you are planting wheat, corn, barley. People who live in high rises, they have flower pots in their terraces. They have little flowers in the top of their tables. So nature is a fundamental factor in our process of self-healing. When you look at a flower, when you touch a tree, when you really touch the earth, when you go walk barefooted on the grass, all of this is really healing you. Why people go to the beach? You know, why people go to pristine areas for vacation is because it's a renewal process. Nature renew them just simply because you come in contact with nature. Today we have a tremendous environmental devastation, global warming, biodiversity depletion, destruction and killing of precious animal. Wildlife is being destroyed day by day. This is creating more diseases. It's creating diseases of the body, the mind, and the soul. So the Sambolin Institute for Human Transformation is proposing a very simple program that you do. You don't need assistance from anyone, which is planting trees for peace. This is not necessarily a forestry program, although it will have forestry impact. This is not a development program, but clearly will have a development impact. If you plant lemon trees, orange trees, you will have lemons and oranges and you will eat. So it has a development impact. But the idea of this program is that you plant as many trees as inhabitants of this planet. So I can plant a tree for myself, or I can plant trees in relation to my family. I have 3 children. Maybe I should plant a tree not only for me, my children, but also for my parents, for my extended family. Maybe teachers from a school might plant trees in relationship to the number of teachers. Maybe they will plant in relationship to the number of teachers and the number of students. Maybe a government will plant in relationship to the number of their government employees. Maybe a corporation might decide to plant as far as the number of workers and managers and other type of employees the corporation has. This can be in your house. This can be in a park. Governments might decide to give land for people to plant on the edge of rivers, in the foothills of mountains that are eroded. You know, corporation might decide also to do it for many, many other people who don't have the possibility. This is a grassroots program, very simple program. And the only thing you need to do to create incentives, to create networks for this to happen in a massive way, you can send pictures of your group planting these trees to www.trees-4-Peace-m4v.com. And I think peace4trees.com is fundamental for people to say yes in Bhutan, in India, in Chile, in Brazil, in Belgium, in Senegal, in South Africa, wherever this is, people are planting trees equivalent to the number of inhabitants in this planet. If we really understand that this is for healing, you will do a small ceremony. You actually, when you go and plant these trees, it's not just shoveling the land, making the hole, and maybe a prayer. Whatever you believe is fine. You can pray to God, you can pray to the Creator, you can pray to nature, you can pray to anyone and make a special effort to say this is for healing the earth, for healing the planet. And you will find that the flowers, the trees, the land, the grasses, the bushes will begin to heal yourself. This is a fundamental law. We have used this law of healing the planet and the planet healing yourself or ourselves in therapy. We have used this, you know, there are many, many children, for example, who are being healed by horses, by animals, just by treating them. This relationship is not just a mental or a material relationship, it's much deeper than that. You know, we have used planting trees in our farms in Portugal to really cure and help to cure drug addicts. So this is working, but what we need to understand is that this contribution is a recognition of our interdependence, our mutuality with the soil we are touching, with the trees we are being protected by, you know, by the sun, by the moon, by all these natural law surrounding us. So Trees for Peace is a fundamental step for us to get that inner experience of interdependence with our material environment, with our natural environment. This is something that is not evident for many people because we are disconnected from nature. So cutting a tree, sometimes it doesn't matter. Destroying an area, for people say, well, we have more land, maybe it doesn't matter, but actually it does matter. We are modifying the genetic code of nature. We are destroying, we are sort of burning the library before we read all the books about nature. And I think this is the time for us to take a stand and really be in mutuality, in interdependence, in interconnectedness with where we come from, where we are going. You know, from ashes you come, to ashes you go. From silence you come, to silence you go. So this is very fundamental that we plant trees equally to the number of inhabitants in this planet. And the hope is, at least from the facts we have right now, is that there will be a mutual process of self-healing. And through self-healing, we have inner peace, and inner peace will lead us to collective peace. Please join this program. You don't need money. You don't need to call anyone. You don't need to wait for anyone to do this. Just do it, and you will see that over the medium and long term, there will be tremendous positive transformation for this planet. This is a way to create collective destiny that is very important for the future of humanity.